The first time you see a dolphin in the wild, it's impossible not to be struck by its grace, its uncanny awareness, the way its eyes seem to track not just movement, but thought. You might assume humans are at the top of intelligence simply because we built skyscrapers, launched rockets, and created artificial intelligence. Yet just beneath the surface of the ocean, there's a rival mind operating with a sophistication that challenges everything we know about cognition. The human brain, with its 86 billion neurons, its intricate networks of prefrontal cortex and hippocampus, is a marvel of complexity. It interprets abstract thought, solves problems, and shapes societies. The dolphin brain, however, with roughly the same neuron count, concentrated in regions associated with social interaction, emotion, and acoustic processing, reveals a different kind of genius, one that thrives in communication, empathy, and navigation across 3 dimensions of water with unmatched precision. Watching footage of dolphins coordinating hunting strategies, calling each other by signature whistles, and even demonstrating behaviors akin to teaching their young, it becomes clear that intelligence isn't a simple ladder, but a spectrum. Every click, every chirp, every coordinated movement in a pond represents a mental calculus humans can only approximate with technology. We often define intelligence by our own standards, by our ability to create, manipulate, and control the environment. In that light, humans appear unsurpassed, but intelligence in the wild is survival, communication, and adaptation. Dolphins excel in these arenas, displaying memory and problem-solving skills that defy what we once thought was uniquely human. Scientists observing dolphin pods note behaviors that resemble cooperation, negotiation, and even deception, all conducted without tools or written language. Their brains are wired differently, with a highly developed paralimbic system that fosters emotional intelligence and social bonding at levels humans are still decoding. The complexity of their interactions, the subtleties of their communication, suggest minds capable of experiencing their world with depth, nuance, and flexibility we rarely appreciate. Consider this. While humans rely heavily on vision and touch, dolphins interpret the world through echolocation, translating echoes into spatial awareness with such accuracy that they can distinguish shapes, textures, and movements invisible to our senses. Each echo received isn't just sound, it's a full mental map processed and stored in real time, an intelligence mechanism we can only replicate partially through sonar technology. When a dolphin solves a puzzle, a human might see a trained response. Yet evidence shows that dolphins can innovate, experiment, and exhibit spontaneous problem-solving far beyond rote learning. In labs and aquariums, dolphins have been observed using sponges as tools to protect their snouts while foraging, a behavior passed from mother to offspring, one of the clearest signs of cultural transmission in the animal kingdom. Humans often boast about culture and education as pillars of intelligence, yet dolphins achieve a version of the same without speech or writing, relying on social learning and observation. Their brains are shaped to process complex acoustic patterns, enabling them to detect and remember the calls of hundreds of individual dolphins over years. This capacity for individual recognition, combined with emotional sophistication, hints at a form of intelligence that parallels human social cognition, challenging our assumptions about what it means to think. Even anatomically, the differences are startling. The human neocortex dominates our cognitive abilities, yet our brains are comparatively rigid in some aspects of processing. Dolphin brains, in contrast, show a highly convoluted neocortex and an unusually large limbic system, emphasizing not only intelligence, but emotional awareness and memory integration. The spindle neurons found in dolphins, once thought unique to humans and linked to empathy and self-awareness, suggest that dolphins possess a consciousness capable of introspection, nuanced social understanding, and perhaps even a sense of moral judgment within their pods. Studies tracking brain activity indicate dolphins experience pleasure, grief, curiosity, and even playfulness in ways that mirror the emotional depth humans often assume is exclusive to us. The implications are staggering. Intelligence isn't just logic or abstract reasoning. It is emotional adaptability, memory, social coordination, and environmental mastery. And dolphins exhibit all of these at astonishing levels. Consider the stakes. When a pod confronts danger, the responses are not mere reflexes but collective strategies, often communicated in a cascade of vocalizations that could rival the complexity of our spoken sentences. A human team might rely on written plans or digital coordination. A dolphin pod does this in real time, underwater, with precision born entirely from neural processing and social learning. Their brains can detect subtle changes in water currents, prey movement, and predator behavior, integrating this sensory data instantly into coordinated group responses. Meanwhile, human intelligence often depends on external tools, devices, and calculations. In the raw, immediate execution of problem-solving under environmental pressures, dolphins exhibit an elegance of thought humans can only mimic with technology. Yet the story doesn't end there. Dolphins also display what many researchers call creative play, manipulating objects, inventing new behaviors, and experimenting with communication patterns. This is not accidental. It is an expression of cognitive freedom, a mental flexibility that suggests dolphins have a form of curiosity and exploration strikingly similar to human children. The parallels are unsettling and awe-inspiring. What does it mean for humanity's claim to intellectual supremacy when another species, with a different brain architecture, exhibits problem-solving, social learning, and emotional sophistication that mirrors our own? This question has sparked debates among neuroscientists, ethicists, and marine biologists for decades, and every new discovery tilts the scales toward a humbling realization. Intelligence is not linear. It is multidimensional. As humans continue to push the boundaries of artificial intelligence, it's tempting to benchmark our progress against our own minds. But what if true intelligence is not measured by abstract problem-solving alone? Dolphins demonstrate that an intelligent brain must master context, social nuance, sensory integration, and emotional awareness. When you see a dolphin helping an injured pod member, or inventing a new hunting technique, or navigating murky waters with flawless precision, you witness the raw power of a mind operating at full potential in its environment. And unlike humans, dolphins achieve this without writing, technology, or mathematics. They rely purely on the sophistication of their brains and the dynamics of their social world. In every observation, there is a challenge to our assumptions. Intelligence isn't simply the ability to calculate, invent, or dominate. It is the capacity to understand, adapt, and connect. Dolphins excel in ways humans rarely experience firsthand, and each encounter raises questions that resonate beyond marine biology. If the brain is a measure of potential, then the dolphin's mind is a mirror reflecting an ultimate form of genius, one that complements, challenges, and even exceeds certain aspects of our own. And in the depths of the oceans, where we cannot follow without aid, the intelligence battle rages silently, elegantly, and with profound implications. Human curiosity drives us to explore, to quantify, and to compare. Yet every time a dolphin leaps gracefully into the air, communicates with astonishing subtlety, or coordinates a complex strategy, it reminds us that intelligence wears many faces. The human brain thrives on logic, abstract thought, and creative innovation. The dolphin brain thrives on social intelligence, emotional depth, and environmental mastery. Neither is superior in all dimensions, yet both illuminate the extraordinary potential of life on Earth. And the closer we observe, the more we realize that the battle of brains is not a contest of hierarchy, but a revelation of diversity, an ongoing saga that challenges our very understanding of thought, consciousness, and the mind itself. dolphins navigate a world that humans can only partially perceive. Every movement of water, every shift in current, every echo bouncing off unseen surfaces carries meaning. Their brains decode this symphony of sound with astonishing precision, constructing three-dimensional maps of their surroundings far beyond what human senses can achieve unaided. While humans rely heavily on sight and touch, dolphins process the world primarily through sound. Echolocation is not a simple ping. It is a constantly evolving mental algorithm that allows them to detect prey hidden in the sand, avoid predators, and even identify individual dolphins by the unique signatures of their whistles. Their brains integrate these signals instantaneously, forming a fluid understanding of space, object, and motion that we struggle to replicate even with the most advanced sonar systems. This acoustic intelligence grants dolphins a level of environmental awareness that seems almost supernatural to human observers. Yet it is entirely natural, born from millions of years of evolution. Social intelligence among dolphins is equally staggering. Pods operate with a level of coordination that mirrors human societies, yet they do so without language as we know it. Communication occurs through complex sequences of clicks, whistles, and body movements, each conveying information about identity, emotion, intent, and even humor. Studies reveal that dolphins recognize themselves in mirrors, a test of self-awareness once considered uniquely human. They understand their own existence as separate from others, which underpins a rich network of relationships. Mothers teach their calves, sometimes innovating new methods of hunting, while adult dolphins engage in what appears to be negotiation, alliance formation, and even conflict resolution. Emotional intelligence is encoded in their neural architecture, with spindle neurons supporting empathy, social awareness, and long-term memory. Observing these behaviors, scientists often remark on their uncanny similarity to human social structures, yet they exist entirely independent of our cultural norms. Memory in dolphins is another frontier where human assumptions falter. While humans can memorize facts and experiences, dolphins remember the calls, faces, and behaviors of dozens or even hundreds of other dolphins over decades. Their memories are intertwined with emotion and social context, enabling them to maintain intricate networks of relationships that support survival, reproduction, and social stability. Consider a scenario where a pod encounters a former adversary. Dolphins remember past interactions, adjust strategies, and communicate intentions to each other in ways that demonstrate foresight and tactical thinking. The human brain, despite its capacity for abstraction and planning, often falters in maintaining this level of nuanced social memory across large groups without external aids. Dolphins do it seamlessly, in real time, underwater, where environmental variables constantly change. Problem solving among dolphins is fluid and adaptive. Unlike humans, who often rely on tools, technology, or external resources, dolphins innovate using their bodies and immediate surroundings. In captivity and in the wild, they demonstrate the ability to manipulate objects, experiment with techniques, and even invent strategies collectively. When hunting, dolphins employ sophisticated tactics, such as corralling fish into tight balls or using mud rings to trap prey. These behaviors are learned socially and transmitted culturally, not instinctively, which is a profound marker of intelligence. The implications are enormous. Dolphins possess not only memory and learning capacity, but the creativity and foresight required to apply knowledge in dynamic contexts. Humans may outmatch them in abstract reasoning, yet in practical intelligence for survival and social cohesion, dolphins often excel. The comparison deepens when emotional and moral dimensions are considered. Humans pride themselves on ethical reasoning, empathy, and compassion, yet these qualities are not uniquely ours. Dolphins demonstrate behaviors that suggest moral frameworks within their pods, protecting injured individuals, sharing food, stress. Researchers have documented instances of dolphins helping stranded whales or guiding lost swimmers to safety. Such actions indicate a sophisticated understanding of consequence, risk, and cooperation that transcends instinct. The dolphin brain in this light is not merely a vessel for survival, but a processor of complex social ethics, shaped by the needs and relationships of its community. Neurologically, the differences between human and dolphin brains are profound. While humans rely on a large prefrontal cortex to manage executive functions, dolphins compensate with enhanced paralimbic regions, spindle neurons, and a highly convoluted cortex that maximizes processing capacity for social and acoustic information. Their auditory cortex is far more advanced than ours, enabling precise interpretation of environmental sounds. The corpus callosum connecting hemispheres allows for high-level integration, and their limbic system supports rich emotional experiences. These differences are not deficits, but adaptations to an aquatic life where sound dominates and social cohesion is critical. Evolution has sculpted a mind that solves problems humans rarely encounter, yet the sophistication rivals our own in complexity and nuance. The intelligence of dolphins challenges the human tendency to define superiority by our own achievements. Brains are not comparable solely by neuron count or cortical volume. They must be evaluated by function, adaptability, and context. In water, the dolphin's mind is supreme, able to process rapid sensory input, anticipate the behavior of dozens of individuals, and respond creatively to novel challenges. Human intelligence excels on land, abstract reasoning, and technological innovation. Yet without tools or communication devices, our survival strategies pale in comparison to those of dolphins navigating the unforgiving ocean. Each leap, each click, each synchronized turn of a pod demonstrates cognitive sophistication that mirrors, yet diverges from, our own forms of thought. Even recreational and playful behaviors reveal intelligence. Dolphins engage in games with objects, surf waves for enjoyment, and invent playful interactions with each other and even with humans. This is not mere entertainment. It is cognitive exercise, exploration, and social bonding. Play strengthens problem-solving, memory, and social coordination. Humans engage in play too, but much of it is structured, artificial, or symbolic. Dolphins do it organically, integrating creativity, emotion, and physical skills seamlessly. Observers often report astonishment at the sheer inventiveness and spontaneity of dolphin play, which underscores the breadth of their mental faculties. As research continues, the more we uncover about dolphins, the more their intelligence challenges our own definitions of mind. The human brain dominates certain domains: language, logic, art, and technology. But the dolphin brain demonstrates excellence in social intelligence, environmental mastery, and emotional depth. The more we study them, the more the line between human exceptionalism and shared cognitive brilliance blurs. And as artificial intelligence advances, modeled in part on our own neural architecture, it pales against the nuanced, integrated, and adaptive intelligence dolphins have honed for millions of years. The ocean may hide their minds from us, but each breakthrough observation chips away at our assumptions, revealing a rival intelligence operating quietly, elegantly, and with profound sophistication beneath the waves. Humans often take pride in creating technology that extends our intelligence, machines that calculate, analyze, and even learn. Yet watching a dolphin navigate the ocean, respond to changing conditions, or coordinate a hunting strategy exposes a fundamental truth. Raw cognitive processing, when optimized for the environment, can surpass what our artificial systems replicate. A dolphin doesn't need maps, satellites, or sonar devices. Its brain interprets the flow of water, the echo of a shrimp moving beneath sand, the subtle shift in the currents, and the movements of every nearby creature, integrating this data instantly. Its a level of spatial awareness and predictive analysis that humans struggle to achieve, even with sophisticated tools. When humans build AI to simulate decision-making, it often lacks the emotional, social, and contextual intuition that dolphins display effortlessly. Language and communication are another arena where the human brain excels. Yet dolphins reveal a form of intelligence that operates in parallel complexity. While humans construct grammar, syntax, and writing, dolphins rely on a combination of signature whistles, clicks, and body movements, each carrying layers of meaning. Their vocabulary is dynamic, flexible, and context-dependent, adapted to convey identity, intention, and emotional state across long distances underwater. Remarkably, studies suggest dolphins can even refer to absent objects, a hallmark of advanced cognition, and can understand abstract symbols taught in experimental settings, responding with accuracy that astonishes scientists. Unlike humans, whose language is primarily symbolic, dolphins' communication integrates physical, auditory, and social dimensions simultaneously, reflecting a kind of intelligence we rarely consider in its totality. Memory is inseparable from intelligence, and here dolphins also rival humans. Humans excel at episodic memory and recall facts, yet dolphins maintain detailed recollections of hundreds of individuals, social interactions, and events over decades. Pods remember allies and adversaries alike, modify behavior based on past interactions, and communicate strategies across generations. Mothers teach calves hunting techniques or safe routes, transmitting knowledge culturally rather than genetically. In essence, dolphin memory is not isolated data. It is an adaptive social tool, a survival mechanism, and a repository of learned behaviors that shape the intelligence of entire communities. When we marvel at human history, libraries, and education systems, dolphins demonstrate an analog in their networks of experience and memory, maintained purely in living brains without physical record. Emotional intelligence is perhaps the most striking arena of comparison. Humans pride themselves on empathy, compassion, and moral reasoning. Dolphins demonstrate these qualities in ways that are often startling. Injured or stranded individuals are assisted. Young or inexperienced members are guided. Even interactions with other species, including humans, sometimes reveal deliberate acts of aid. The neural basis for these behaviors lies in the spindle neurons and paralimbic structures, which support complex emotional processing. Empathy, social awareness, and even a sense of fairness appear to be intrinsic to dolphin communities. Observing these interactions, scientists often describe a sense of familiarity, as if the dolphins operate with a moral code tuned to their social ecosystem. A code that parallels and in some ways anticipates human ethical reasoning. The adaptability of the dolphin brain extends to innovation and problem-solving in surprising ways. Observations in captivity and in the wild reveal dolphins creating novel solutions for challenges. Whether devising unique foraging methods, using tools like sponges to protect their snouts, or engaging in coordinated strategies that require mutual trust and anticipation, they demonstrate creative intelligence. Unlike humans, who often rely on written records, external calculation, or technology to refine knowledge, dolphins encode innovation directly into their neural and social frameworks, teaching others through observation and practice. This combination of creativity, memory, and social transmission creates a form of intelligence that is fluid, dynamic, and deeply integrated with the environment. Even the structure of their brains hints at capacities humans are only beginning to understand. The dolphin neocortex is unusually complex, their auditory processing regions expansive, and their limbic system proportionally large, supporting rich emotional life and social sophistication. Spindle neurons, shared with humans, suggest a capacity for self-awareness, empathy, and perhaps even reflection on one's own actions. While humans use tools, language, and abstract thought to augment our without material aids, suggesting that the measure of brain power depends on context as much as on raw processing capacity. Play, often underestimated as a measure of intelligence, highlights another parallel between humans and dolphins. While humans engage in structured play or recreational creativity, dolphins invent games, manipulate objects, and interact with their environment and peers in ways that develop cognition, coordination, and social bonds. Observing dolphins surfing waves, tossing seaweed, or engaging in spontaneous interactions, it becomes clear that play is not trivial. It is a complex exercise in problem-solving, learning, and social calibration. The human brain can simulate these interactions symbolically through games, puzzles, or sports, but the dolphin brain accomplishes it organically, integrating motor skill, social awareness, and strategy in real time. The comparison intensifies when considering the boundaries of awareness. Humans are capable of abstract thought, planning for the distant future, and considering hypothetical scenarios. Dolphins may not build cities or write philosophy, yet they operate with a level of environmental foresight, tactical coordination, and social reasoning that often surpasses what humans can manage without external tools. Every coordinated hunting maneuver, every protective strategy for young or injured members, and every innovative interaction with their surroundings demonstrates anticipatory thinking, an ability to predict and influence outcomes that mirrors strategic cognition. This intelligence is not measured in textbooks or patents, but in survival, cohesion, and adaptability, areas in which dolphins excel naturally. Ultimately, the human-dolphin brain comparison forces a rethinking of intelligence itself. We are conditioned to equate brilliance with innovation, creation, and technological dominance. Yet dolphins reveal a form of cognitive power that is deeply adaptive, socially sophisticated, and emotionally nuanced. While humans have crafted civilizations and machines that extend our capabilities, dolphins navigate the ocean with a form of genius honed over millions of years, integrated seamlessly into their environment, their social structures, and their sensory world. Every observation, every study, every astonished reaction from researchers underscores the profound truth. Intelligence is multi-dimensional, and the dolphin brain occupies a dimension we are only beginning to comprehend. Humans measure intelligence in achievements, skyscrapers, spacecraft, advanced AI, and complex societies. But the dolphin brain offers a challenge to this anthropocentric view, proving that intelligence cannot be defined solely by what humans value. Dolphins operate in a world where survival demands constant adaptation, where every sound, every movement, and every social interaction carries life or death consequences. Their cognitive skills are honed not in classrooms or laboratories, but in the relentless, fluid environment of the ocean. Navigating shifting currents, avoiding predators, and locating elusive prey requires mental flexibility that rivals our abstract reasoning. The brain of a dolphin is a living map of adaptation and ingenuity, a testament to evolution's capacity to shape intelligence in forms humans often overlook. The social complexity of dolphin pods is staggering. Pods can range from a handful of individuals to hundreds, and within these groups, relationships are intricate, multi-layered, and constantly evolving. Dolphins recognize and remember each individual, forming alliances, negotiating disputes, and even engaging in coordinated tactics to outmaneuver rivals or predators. These behaviors are not instinct alone. They are learned, practiced, and transmitted culturally, often through observation, play, and experimentation. A dolphin calf watches its mother, imitates techniques, and gradually masters the skills necessary for survival, demonstrating a learning process that mirrors human socialization, yet unfolds in a completely aquatic context. Communication in dolphins is profound and multifaceted. Unlike human language, which relies on syntax and symbols, dolphin communication combines sound, movement, and behavior into a dynamic system and instruction. Signature whistles act as names, clicks transmit spatial information, and body gestures convey emotion and intent. Some researchers even suggest that dolphins can reference absent objects, an advanced cognitive skill once considered uniquely human. This communicative intelligence enables pods to coordinate complex hunting strategies, maintain social bonds over great distances, and navigate ever-changing environments. Each interaction represents layers of thought, memory, and calculation executed seamlessly, without hesitation, and often with remarkable creativity. Problem solving is not limited to survival. Dolphins demonstrate ingenuity in a range of contexts. They innovate new hunting strategies, manipulate objects, and engage in behaviors that suggest foresight and planning. When using sponges to protect their snouts while foraging, dolphins are not only solving a practical problem, but passing on this knowledge to younger members, exemplifying cultural transmission. In another striking example, some pods use mud rings to trap fish, coordinating their movements in perfect synchronization, a behavior learned, adapted, and refined over time. Human intelligence thrives on problem solving, yet in these moments dolphins exhibit a form of practical genius that is instantaneous, adaptive, and deeply embedded in social and environmental contexts. Memory is another domain where dolphin cognition shines. Humans can memorize facts, dates, and events, yet dolphins remember the whistles, faces, and behaviors of dozens of other individuals over years or decades. They recognize former allies and adversaries, adjust strategies accordingly, and teach their knowledge to new generations. This living memory forms the backbone of their social intelligence, enabling pods to maintain cohesion, anticipate challenges, and respond to novel situations with precision. Human memory often relies on written records or digital backups, yet dolphins sustain a vast repository of knowledge purely within their brains, integrated with emotion, experience, and context. The emotional intelligence of dolphins challenges our assumptions about human uniqueness. Dolphins display empathy, compassion, and protective instincts that mirror human moral reasoning. Injured or stranded individuals are assisted. Young or inexperienced members are guided, and interspecies interactions sometimes reveal deliberate acts of aid. This behavior is supported by advanced neural structures such as spindle neurons, which facilitate complex social emotions and ethical awareness. Observing dolphins, researchers often feel a profound sense of recognition, as if these animals navigate a moral universe, making choices that balance individual needs with collective well-being. Even recreational behavior reflects cognitive sophistication. Dolphins engage in play that is spontaneous, inventive, and socially meaningful. Surfing waves, tossing objects, inventing games, and interacting with peers and humans are not mere leisure activities. They develop coordination, problem-solving, and social skills. Play strengthens neural connections, reinforces learning, and cultivates creativity. In this sense, dolphins mirror human children exploring their world, yet they do so entirely within the constraints and demands of the ocean environment, integrating physical skill, social awareness, and strategic thinking in real time. When humans compare brains, we often focus on size, neuron count, or cortex development. Yet the dolphin brain, with its highly folded neocortex, extensive paralimbic structures, and specialized auditory regions, demonstrates that cognitive power is about adaptation and integration, not just raw numbers. Spindle neurons support empathy and self-awareness, while auditory and limbic structures facilitate communication, memory, and emotional intelligence. This neurological architecture enables dolphins to achieve remarkable cognitive feats in domains humans often overlook, reminding us that intelligence is multi-dimensional, shaped by the needs of the environment and expressed in countless ways beyond our own experience. As research progresses, dolphins continue to challenge our definitions of intelligence. They excel in social intelligence, emotional awareness, environmental mastery, problem-solving, and innovation. Humans dominate abstract thought, language, and technological innovation. Yet dolphins reveal that intelligence is not a hierarchy, but a spectrum, each species expressing brilliance in ways tailored to its existence. Observing a dolphin navigate the ocean, communicate with peers, and innovate within its environment is witnessing a mind operating at peak potential, fluid, adaptive, and breathtakingly sophisticated. It is an intelligence honed over millions of years, fully integrated with survival, social interaction, and emotional depth. The more we study dolphins, the more our assumptions about human superiority crumble. The human brain excels in many areas, but in practical intelligence, social cohesion, and emotional depth, dolphins often surpass us. Every leap, every whistle, every coordinated movement is a demonstration of cognitive power we are only beginning to grasp. And as our technology advances, even artificial intelligence, modeled on human cognition, struggles to replicate the fluidity, adaptability, and social insight inherent in the dolphin mind. The ocean hides their genius, yet it is undeniable, profound, and increasingly impossible to ignore. The question is no longer whether dolphins are intelligent, they clearly are. The real question is how their intelligence compares to our own and what it reveals about the nature of thought itself. Humans measure brilliance through invention, abstract reasoning, and technological achievement, yet dolphins operate in a world where the consequences of every decision are immediate, where environmental mastery and social strategy determine survival. In this context, the dolphin brain is a powerhouse, capable of processing complex sensory data, anticipating the behavior of others, and coordinating sophisticated strategies, all without the tools, language, or technology humans rely upon. Their intelligence is organic, fluid, and remarkably effective. Consider the hunting techniques observed in dolphin pods. Some groups work together to encircle schools of fish, each individual playing a specialized role, communicating constantly through clicks and whistles. The coordination is so precise that human researchers struggle to document all the subtle interactions involved. Each maneuver involves calculation, observation, and adjustment based on the responses of both prey and fellow dolphins. It is strategic thinking executed in real time, relying on memory, anticipation, and social intelligence. Humans might replicate similar coordination using advanced technology, but in the ocean, dolphins achieve it naturally, seamlessly integrating cognitive, emotional, and physical faculties into a single performance. Social bonds among dolphins are another testament to their sophisticated minds. Pods are more than groups of individuals. They are complex societies with rules, alliances, and hierarchies. Relationships are maintained through memory, communication, and mutual assistance. Dolphins recognize and remember each other over decades, adapting behaviors based on past experiences. They teach young dolphins essential skills, from hunting techniques to social etiquette, passing knowledge culturally rather than genetically. This social learning is a form of intelligence that mirrors human education, yet it exists without classrooms, books, or formal instruction. Observing these behaviors, scientists are often struck by how deeply dolphins understand each other, how attuned they are to the emotions, intentions, and needs of their peers. Communication is central to dolphin intelligence. While human language relies on syntax and symbols, dolphins employ a combination of signature whistles, clicks, and body movements to convey identity, emotion, and intention. Some research suggests dolphins can even refer to absent objects, a sign of abstract thought previously thought to be uniquely human. Their communication enables coordinated hunting, social bonding, and conflict resolution. It reflects a cognitive complexity that is both different from and comparable to human speech. Each interaction is layered with meaning, often involving subtle cues that require interpretation and contextual understanding, a skill humans struggle to achieve intelligence sets dolphins apart. Humans pride themselves on empathy, morality, and compassion, yet dolphins exhibit these qualities naturally within their social networks. They protect injured pod members, guide young or inexperienced dolphins, and even assist other species in distress. Such behaviors are supported by advanced neural structures, including spindle neurons and paralimbic systems, which facilitate empathy, self-awareness, and complex social cognition. Observers often report a sense of awe at these interactions, noting how dolphins navigate ethical and emotional landscapes with sophistication and intent. This is intelligence not measured by tools or inventions, but by the capacity to understand, predict, and respond to the emotions and needs of others. Play and creativity further illustrate dolphin cognition. Dolphins invent games, manipulate objects, and explore their environment in ways that develop problem-solving skills and reinforce social bonds. Play strengthens memory, coordination, and innovation, while providing opportunities for social learning. Unlike humans, whose play is often structured or symbolic, dolphins engage in spontaneous, adaptive activities that enhance both cognitive and social abilities. Every leap, toss, and playful interaction is an exercise in learning, creativity, and strategy, a testament to the versatility and depth of the dolphin brain. The neurological differences between human and dolphin brains highlight how intelligence adapts to context. Humans rely heavily on the prefrontal cortex to manage planning, abstract reasoning, and executive functions, while dolphins utilize a highly folded neocortex, expanded paralimbic structures, and specialized auditory regions to optimize social, environmental, and emotional processing. Their brains are built for acoustic mastery, rapid sensory integration, and social cohesion. This means that while humans may excel in abstract thought and technological innovation, dolphins demonstrate superior performance in areas critical to life underwater: adaptation, communication, memory, and social intelligence. Even the act of surviving in the ocean is an ongoing cognitive challenge. Dolphins navigate currents, evade predators, locate prey, and maintain intricate social networks simultaneously. Their brains process massive amounts of sensory input in real time, integrating spatial awareness, social dynamics, and environmental signals. This mental multitasking is extraordinary, demanding flexibility, memory, and foresight. Humans, by contrast, often outsource aspects of survival to technology, yet dolphins achieve remarkable outcomes with purely organic intelligence. The ocean is a demanding classroom, and dolphins graduate as masters of environmental and social strategy. Every observation reinforces a staggering realization. Intelligence is not a linear hierarchy, and the human brain is not the sole pinnacle of cognition. Dolphins demonstrate that a brain optimized for a specific environment, honed by evolution, and integrated with social and emotional faculties, can rival or surpass human intelligence in many domains. They solve problems creatively, communicate with nuance, navigate complex environments, and maintain emotional and social sophistication, all without the tools, symbols, or technology humans rely upon. The intelligence battle is not about superiority, but diversity. Two species, different worlds, different strategies, yet each displaying brilliance in its own right. Ultimately, the human-dolphin comparison challenges the way we define and perceive intelligence. Humans may dominate abstract reasoning and technology, yet dolphins excel in social complexity, environmental mastery, emotional awareness, and cultural learning. Each leap, whistle, and coordinated action demonstrates a mind operating at peak potential, adaptive, fluid, and astonishingly intelligent. In the ocean depths, intelligence takes on a form humans can admire, study, and learn from. A silent, elegant genius that humbles, inspires, and forever changes our understanding of what it means to think, to know, and to be alive. Dolphins are not merely intelligent, they are masters of adaptation. Every movement, every click, every whistle is calculated to survive, to thrive, and to maintain complex social bonds in an environment that is constantly shifting. Unlike humans, who often rely on external tools or technology to navigate challenges, dolphins operate purely on cognitive and emotional resources embedded in their brains. Echolocation allows them to see through sound, constructing real-time mental maps of their surroundings with a precision humans can barely imagine. Currents, prey movement, and the presence of predators are all processed simultaneously, integrated seamlessly with memory and social awareness. It is a level of multitasking that human brains rarely perform naturally, often requiring sophisticated instruments to replicate even partially. Social networks in dolphin communities are remarkably intricate. Pods function as dynamic societies, with alliances, hierarchies, and rules that govern interactions. Dolphins remember individuals over decades, recalling past interactions to adjust behaviors, form alliances, or avoid conflict. Mothers teach calves critical survival skills, from hunting techniques to social strategies, demonstrating cultural transmission that is entirely independent of human methods. This capacity to pass knowledge socially reflects a form of intelligence that is adaptive, context-driven, and communal, highlighting dimensions of cognition humans often underestimate. Human culture thrives on formal teaching, books, and digital storage, yet dolphins achieve similar outcomes purely through observation, experience, and neural processing. Communication among dolphins is breathtakingly complex. Each pod member possesses a unique signature whistle, functioning like a name, while a cascade of clicks conveys spatial information, emotional state, and intent. Movements, postures, and synchronized behaviors add layers of meaning. Researchers have even documented the ability of dolphins to refer to objects not present, a cognitive feat that suggests abstract thought. This system allows them to coordinate hunting, maintain social harmony, and navigate threats with precision. Human observers are often amazed at the nuance encoded in every interaction. It is a language that transcends words, blending sound, movement, and emotion into a fully integrated intelligence tool. Dolphins also display problem-solving skills that rival human ingenuity. They innovate techniques to capture prey, use tools like sponges for protection, and devise group strategies requiring trust, timing, and cooperation. These behaviors are not instinctual, they are learned, refined, and passed through generations. Cultural knowledge within pods resembles human traditions and methods of education, yet unfolds in a natural, dynamic environment where adaptation is constant. Humans may build complex technologies to solve specific challenges, but dolphins solve multiple problems simultaneously in real time, integrating social, environmental, and physical intelligence. Memory is another remarkable aspect of dolphin cognition. Dolphins remember the whistles, behaviors, and faces of dozens or hundreds of individuals over years. They recall alliances and rivalries, anticipate reactions, and modify their strategies accordingly. This social memory is intertwined with emotion and experience, forming a foundation for complex social behavior. Unlike humans who often depend on external aids like diaries or computers to track information, dolphins maintain vast cognitive networks entirely within their brains. Each social interaction, hunting maneuver, and learned behavior adds to this living archive, creating a layered, dynamic system of knowledge unparalleled in its integration. Emotional intelligence in dolphins rivals human empathy. They exhibit protective behaviors toward injured or vulnerable pod members, guide younger individuals, and sometimes intervene in the plight of other species. These actions are not random. They reflect planning, foresight, and social reasoning, supported by advanced neural structures including spindle neurons and paralimbic systems. Observing these behaviors evokes a deep recognition in humans, revealing intelligence expressed understanding, compassion, and moral judgment within a social framework. Play is another measure of dolphin intelligence. They invent games, interact with objects, and explore their environment creatively. This play strengthens memory, develops problem-solving skills, and reinforces social bonds. Unlike humans, whose recreational activities are often symbolic or structured, dolphins engage in spontaneous, adaptive play that integrates cognitive, emotional, and physical faculties. Observers often note the inventiveness and unpredictability of these behaviors, recognizing in them a sophisticated form of learning and exploration. Fully embedded in real-world contexts, the neurological architecture of dolphins further supports their extraordinary capabilities. While humans rely heavily on the prefrontal cortex for planning and abstract reasoning, dolphins leverage a highly folded neocortex, expanded paralimbic structures, and specialized auditory regions optimized for social, emotional, and environmental processing. Spindle neurons, associated with empathy and self-awareness, support complex social cognition. Their auditory processing allows them to detect subtle changes in sound, translating this information into real-time environmental maps. The brain is a specialized instrument, honed by evolution to perform cognitive feats uniquely suited to the demands of aquatic life. Every observation of dolphins challenges human assumptions about intelligence. They excel in social coordination, emotional understanding, environmental mastery, memory, problem-solving, and innovation. While humans dominate in abstract reasoning, technology, and symbolic communication, dolphins demonstrate cognitive prowess that is equally sophisticated, adaptive, and remarkable in its own domain. The human brain is powerful, but the dolphin brain offers a parallel, equally valid form of genius, one shaped by evolution, environment, and social complexity in ways that redefine our understanding of thought itself. As we study them, the boundaries of intelligence blur. Humans may claim mastery of logic, tools, and abstract innovation, yet dolphins excel in environmental integration, social intelligence, and emotional depth. Every leap, whistle, and coordinated movement demonstrates a mind operating at peak efficiency, agile, responsive, and astonishingly intelligent. In the depths of the oceans, the battle of brains continues silently. It is not a fight for dominance, but a revelation of intelligence in forms humans are only beginning to comprehend. A testament to the endless diversity and potential of the mind, dolphins are masters of balance between intellect and instinct. Humans often think of intelligence as the ability to manipulate, to invent, and to dominate. Yet in the ocean, intelligence takes on a different form, one where survival, social cohesion, and environmental mastery define cognitive success. Dolphins process streams of sensory information continuously. The subtle changes in water pressure, the faint vibrations of distant prey, the shifts in currents, and the positions of every pod member. This real-time integration is seamless and automatic, yet it requires a level of mental computation and anticipation that is breathtaking to witness. Human brains, remarkable though they are, rarely operate in such constant, fluid, multidimensional feedback loops without external tools or devices. Every social interaction among dolphins is a study in advanced cognition. Pods function as complex societies, with relationships that shift and evolve over time. Dolphins remember individual pod members, maintain alliances, and adjust behavior based on prior experiences. Mothers train calves in techniques essential for survival, from hunting strategies to communication patterns, highlighting a cultural transmission akin to human education. These behaviors are not instinctive. They involve observation, interpretation, and planning, demonstrating intelligence that is adaptive, flexible, and profoundly social. The dolphin brain is wired to navigate social landscapes with remarkable precision, balancing empathy, strategy, and memory in ways humans often struggle to replicate even with sophisticated tools. Communication is the cornerstone of dolphin intelligence. Their vocalizations, signature whistles, clicks, and burst-pulsed sounds convey identity, intent, and emotional state with astonishing clarity. Dolphins also use physical gestures, synchronized swimming, and body language to transmit nuanced information. Some studies suggest they can even reference absent objects, an advanced cognitive feat. In essence, dolphins have a language built not on words, but on integrated sensory and social signals, allowing coordination, cooperation, and conflict resolution in complex, dynamic environments. Observing these exchanges is a humbling reminder that intelligence is not just about thought. It is about communication, interpretation, and connection. Problem solving among dolphins reveals both creativity and foresight. They innovate hunting techniques, manipulate objects as tools, and develop strategies that require trust and timing. A dolphin using a sponge to protect its snout while foraging demonstrates practical problem-solving, innovation, and the transmission of knowledge to the next generation. Coordinated hunting strategies, such as herding fish with mud rings or synchronized movements, reflect collaboration and planning. Humans may excel in abstract problem-solving, yet dolphins exhibit a form of real-world intelligence perfectly adapted to their environment, combining creativity, precision, and social coordination. Memory in dolphins is astonishing. They recall hundreds of individual whistles, track social relationships, and remember events over decades. This memory informs behavior, guiding interactions with allies and competitors alike. Memory in dolphins is not an isolated skill. It is interwoven with emotion, social dynamics, and environmental context, forming a living network of knowledge that ensures the survival and cohesion of the pod. Unlike humans, who rely on external records, dolphins maintain and transmit this knowledge entirely through neural networks, observation, and social learning. Each pod becomes a repository of wisdom, experience, and strategy, a cognitive ecosystem in itself. Emotional intelligence is perhaps where dolphins most strikingly mirror humans. They display empathy, care for injured individuals, and intervene to protect vulnerable members. Observations include dolphins aiding stranded peers, assisting the young, and even engaging with other species to provide help. These behaviors indicate a complex understanding of consequence, risk, and social obligation. Neural structures, including spindle neurons, support these capabilities, enabling dolphins to process and respond to social and emotional cues with precision. Their intelligence is therefore both practical and ethical, demonstrating that cognition is not only about strategy, but also about understanding the needs and emotions of others. Play and creativity highlight cognitive versatility. Dolphins invent games, manipulate objects, and explore environments spontaneously. This activity strengthens memory, coordination, and problem-solving skills while reinforcing social bonds. Play is not frivolous. It is practice for real-world challenges, a form of learning and social calibration. Unlike humans, whose play is often symbolic or artificially structured, dolphins engage in adaptive, integrated play that combines emotion, creativity, and strategic thinking. Each leap, object interaction, or playful exchange serves as both entertainment and cognitive exercise, revealing the breadth and depth of their intelligence. The neurological architecture of dolphins is a marvel of evolutionary adaptation. Their neocortex is highly folded, their limbic system proportionally large, and auditory regions specialized for rapid sensory processing and communication. Spindle neurons enable empathy and self-awareness. The corpus callosum integrates hemispheric functions for complex thought and coordination. Every structural feature of the dolphin brain supports the demands of social complexity, environmental mastery, and emotional processing. It is a mind designed not to dominate the world with tools, but to thrive in it with agility, foresight, and sophistication. Intelligence is multidimensional, and dolphins prove that human cognition is just one expression and technology, dolphins demonstrate superiority in social intelligence, environmental integration, emotional awareness, and adaptive learning. Each coordinated hunt, each whistle, each social maneuver showcases a mind operating at peak efficiency. Observing them challenges the anthropocentric view of intellect and reveals a spectrum of cognitive brilliance where survival, collaboration, and understanding are paramount. As we witness the lives of dolphins, it becomes clear that the battle of brains is not about hierarchy. It is about recognizing the extraordinary diversity of thought on our planet. Humans and dolphins have evolved different forms of genius, each perfectly suited to its environment. Our technological prowess, our language, and our abstract creativity are remarkable. But so too are the dolphins' mastery of the ocean, their social coordination, and their emotional sophistication. The mind, it seems, is not confined to one template. It is shaped by context, necessity, and evolution, producing forms of intelligence that challenge, inspire, and humiliate our assumptions in equal measure. The intelligence of dolphins is not just remarkable, it is a mirror, reflecting the limitations and possibilities of our own minds. Every observation reveals a species that thrives through collaboration, foresight, and emotional understanding, demonstrating that intelligence is as much about social harmony and environmental mastery as it is about abstract thought. Humans have built civilizations, launched spacecraft, and created digital networks. Yet dolphins navigate, communicate, and innovate in ways that remain astonishingly efficient and elegant, without tools, technology, or artificial constructs. In this light, the battle between human and dolphin brains is not about which is better, but about which is most suited to its environment, revealing the profound adaptability of life itself. Dolphins operate with a cognitive fluidity that humans rarely achieve naturally. In a single moment, they can track multiple individuals, anticipate prey behavior, adjust tactics based on currents, and respond emotionally to pod members. Each whistle and click carries layers of information, enabling coordinated action and decision-making in real time. When humans attempt to replicate such complex, instantaneous integration, even with AI or advanced computational models, we find the challenge daunting. Dolphins execute it effortlessly, suggesting that the full potential of intelligence may not lie in abstract reasoning alone, but in the seamless integration of perception, memory, social awareness, and action. Social complexity defines much of dolphin cognition. Pods are not merely aggregations of individuals, they are dynamic, interdependent societies. Dolphins remember relationships over decades, form alliances, and negotiate interactions with precision. They teach, learn, and innovate socially, creating a cultural fabric that supports survival and collective intelligence. Human societies rely on records, laws, and institutions to maintain order, yet dolphins accomplish similar outcomes entirely through brain power, observation, and social memory. The sophistication of their social strategies challenges our assumptions about what constitutes intelligence, suggesting that cognitive brilliance is multidimensional and context-dependent. Communication among dolphins continues to astound researchers. Signature whistles, clicks, and body language transmit identity, intention, and emotion with astonishing clarity. Some studies indicate the capacity to reference absent objects or concepts, demonstrating abstract thought previously believed to be uniquely human. This communication allows dolphins to coordinate hunting, maintain social cohesion, and navigate environmental hazards with precision. Human observers are often struck by the nuance, timing, and complexity of these interactions, an intelligence that is profoundly different from our own, yet equally valid and sophisticated. Problem-solving in dolphins is both innovative and adaptive. They develop hunting strategies, manipulate objects, and invent techniques that require collaboration and foresight. Using sponges to protect their snouts while foraging, herding rings, or coordinating group maneuvers are all examples of cognitive creativity applied in real-world contexts. Knowledge is transmitted culturally, ensuring that solutions persist and evolve over generations. Humans may innovate through technology and abstraction, yet dolphins demonstrate a form of intelligence that is immediate, practical, and socially integrated, seamlessly merging individual initiative with collective benefit. Memory of dolphins is staggering in scope and precision. They recall the whistles, behaviors, and histories of hundreds of individuals, navigate complex social networks, and adjust strategies based on decades of experience. Memory is intertwined with emotion, social context, and environmental cues, forming a living repository of intelligence that sustains the pod's survival and cohesion. Unlike humans, who rely on written records or digital storage, dolphins maintain this vast knowledge internally, demonstrating the brain's capacity for integration, contextualization, and applied learning at an extraordinary scale. Emotional intelligence and ethical behavior are integral to dolphin cognition. They assist injured or stranded members, protect young or inexperienced individuals, and sometimes intervene to help other species. These behaviors are not accidental. They reflect empathy, foresight, and social reasoning supported by advanced neural structures, including spindle neurons. Humans often struggle to maintain ethical or empathetic consistency, yet dolphins navigate these complexities naturally, combining emotion, cognition, and social insight into effective action. Their intelligence is not purely computational. It is deeply ethical, relational, and adaptive. Play and creativity further illuminate the breadth of dolphin cognition. They invent games, manipulate objects, and explore their environment with spontaneity and ingenuity. This is more than amusement. It is cognitive training, social learning, and strategic development. Unlike humans, whose play is often symbolic or externally structured, dolphins integrate problem-solving, physical skill, and social awareness into every playful act. Each interaction strengthens memory, coordination, and creativity, illustrating an intelligence that is dynamic, integrated, and deeply functional. The neurological design of dolphins reveals the blueprint of their cognitive brilliance. Highly folded neocortex, specialized auditory regions, expanded paralimbic structures, and spindle neurons enable social awareness, emotional depth, and environmental mastery. Every structural adaptation supports the unique demands of their environment and society, allowing dolphins to process vast sensory information, anticipate behaviors, and innovate continually. This is intelligence optimized for a world humans rarely experience. A mind sculpted by evolution to achieve mastery in a domain that challenges human understanding. In the end, the human-dolphin intelligence comparison is not a contest, but a revelation. Human brains excel in abstract reasoning, symbolic thought, and technological creation. Dolphin brains excel in social intelligence, emotional understanding, environmental mastery, and adaptive learning. Each represents brilliance tailored to its world. Observing dolphins invites humility, wonder, and reflection, reminding us that intelligence is diverse, multifaceted, and impossible to reduce to a single metric. Every leap, whistle, and coordinated maneuver is proof that minds evolve in extraordinary ways, capable of mastery, empathy, and innovation beyond our imagination. The intelligence battle is ongoing, silent, and profound. It is not measured in tools or inventions, but in the integration of perception, memory, emotion, and social insight. Dolphins may not build cities or computers, but in their realm, the fluid, dynamic, and unpredictable ocean, they demonstrate a form of genius that rivals our own, one that is adaptive, elegant,